Welcome back. The city of Cape Town is expected to swear in its youngest mayor, Geordin Hill-Lewis, during its inaugural council meeting today. This after the Democratic Alliance once again claimed the metro with 58.4% of the votes in the local government elections earlier this month. During his election campaign, the 34-year-old Hill-Lewis promised the party would prioritise service delivery in poor areas. SABC's reporter Vanessa Poonah has more on this.
In just under an hour or so, the city of Cape Town will hold its inaugural council sitting here in the Civic Centre behind me. This, of course, follows the recent municipal elections, which, of course, the Democratic Alliance has won an outright majority here in the city of Cape Town, albeit with a reduced margin. Now, in 2016, the DA had garnered something like 66% of the vote. This time round, garnering something like 58.4%. And that, of course, would denote that although once again the DA will be in the majority here in the City Council, it does so with a reduced majority of some 18 seats. Just to give you some background in terms of what will be happening in Council, the ANC will remain the official opposition with 43 seats. That also down from 2016 when they had garnered 57 seats. And this time round, a newcomer on the block, led by the former Mayor of Cape Town, Patricia that, of course, the Good Party has garnered 9 seats in council, while another new party, the Cape Coloured Congress, will be coming into this council with 7 councillors. We do know that at 10 o'clock, proceedings will start here in the chamber of the city of Cape Town behind me, and of course this is where the Speaker, Mayor, Deputy Mayor will be elected, and we're actually catching up with the Mayor-elect at the moment, Geordin Hill-Lewis, who joins us now before those processes begin. Mr. Hill-Lewis, a very warm good morning to you. So yes, just in a few minutes, really under an hour's time, you will be wearing the full weight, I suppose, of the mayoral chain, also being the youngest mayor in the city of Cape Town's history. Challenges, I'm sure you're looking forward to the experience, but also you did say during the election campaign that your focus will be services to poor communities in Cape Town. We know that we are dealing with a city that remains very much divided along economic lines. People who are living in the poorer parts of Cape Town, those not so. So just your focus, your key areas once you are inaugurated as Cape Town Mayor.
Thank you. It's really nice to be with you this morning. Our entire government will only have one purpose, and that is to make Cape Town the most inclusive city in the country, the most prosperous city that is able to lift people out of poverty over time by growing our economy. That way we can build a city that really makes every South African and Cape Townian proud, because there's one place in South Africa that shows the very best of what our country is capable of. So everything that we do will be measured against that yardstick. Does it grow our economy and help get people out of poverty and into work opportunities over time? I'm very excited and honored to take over this role today, because I think this is the greatest city in the country, certainly, and one of the greatest cities in the world. And I think we can do something very special here over the coming years.
The previous administration has been under fire from various quarters. For example, the housing issue in the city of Cape Town. Most recently, the controversy around the bylaws affecting, among others, street people, homeless people. And you talk about making this a more inclusive city. So where did the changes start top of mind?
Yes, well, it's always a curious thing for me that we allowed ourselves to be painted into a corner as being somehow opposed to public housing. Of course we're not. We desperately want people to break the cycle of intergenerational poverty, get onto the asset ownership ladder, and have a title deed to a house of their own. Of course, that's one of the most special things and important things that we can do for real empowerment in the true sense of the word, not like most government politicians use the word empowerment, but real empowerment, giving people an asset. That is one of the most important things we can do. So you know, I'm really passionate about that issue, and I think it's really going to be a focus, releasing publicly owned, city-owned land to get more and more people into well-located, good quality housing. The point that I made in the campaign, and it remains an important point, is that all of the pieces of land that the city owns car parking areas here and there and open pieces of land are a pinprick. They're a pinprick compared to the enormous pieces of land that are owned by other levels of government, mainly national government and mainly military bases in the city. And so if we really want to change people's lives dramatically and break down the Group Areas Act legacy in our city, what we need to do is release those huge tracts of land for inclusive, integrated housing developments for Cape Townians.
Now, Mr. Hill-Lewis, we also talk about the election then of your deputy. We know there's been some speculation. At this point, with just a few minutes to go, is there an indication that you can tell us who exactly have been successful in terms of those positions, in terms of the deputy and the speaker of the City of Cape Town? Because we know, unlike a number of other councils, this was not a hung council, which means that there weren't challenges around coalition. So can you just share that with us, please?
What a relief that is. When you look at the coalition negotiations happening elsewhere, that's a great relief, and I'm thankful to the residents of Cape Town for that majority mandate. But yes, I'm very pleased to say that our deputy mayor is going to be Eddie Andrews, former Springbok rugby player. That's how I remember him growing up, and a great colleague, a councillor from Mitchell's Plain, and a wonderful person of faith and strong belief. And I look forward to working with him. He's going to be a great deputy mayor. And I've said to the team, if anyone gets out of line, I'm going to let Eddie rugby tackle them.
And the Speaker, does Felicity Purchase remain Speaker of the Council?
Felicity Purchase, yes, an absolute veteran of this council. She's been here since we first won government in 2006. She knows every corner of this government, and she'll be a great asset as Madam Speaker. And
then just my final question to you. Once that mayoral chain is firmly placed on your shoulders, when can we expect to see the constitution of the new Mako? Will there be any changes? When will you announce the constitution of the Mako?
Oh, definitely. It's important that there are changes. The change can't only come in the mayoralty. I've said that we do need fresh thinking. We need new energy. We need to, really rev things up in the administration. So there will be changes, and I will announce it on Monday.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Mayor-elect, of course, Geordin Hill-Lewis there, speaking to us literally just minutes before he is expected to be inaugurated as the Mayor of Cape Town. This, of course, will be taking place right here in the council chambers behind me in the City of Cape Town.